Mr. President, persons at the dais, Hutchinson family, faculty, and friends, please join me in extending to the members of the bereaved family our heartfelt sympathy, and pray that in the years that might lie ahead, that the good Lord will sustain them and give them peace and health. On our way in, I reminded Mrs. Robinson of what the old general said, that Douglas MacArthur said, old generals and great band leaders and others never die, they just fade away. But she told me to remember that old coaches talk too much. It is impossible today to speak of Conrad Hutchinson other than in superlatives: lovable, gentlemanly, kindly, manly. Those of us knew him, loved him, and respected him. The better you knew him, the more you loved him. Eddie Robinson was here when Conrad Hutchinson came in 1952. I was with him in all of his success because we were interwoven, the band and the athletic department. When I left the family celebration last night and started reading and thinking about what would be appropriate, I read about my being with him in Japan, Hawaii, first Bayou Classic, first Whitney Young Classic. I also was with him in the midst of the 3 albums, when he set marching standards 180 beats per second, when he wanted to have the best band in the land, in his Coca-Cola commercials, and in 1972 when he went to Liberia. I also read again last night what Mrs. Hutchinson said about his contribution to the youth of this nation, and that as long as there is a band, there will always be a piece of Conrad Hutchinson. I tried hard after hearing you to be ready for this tribute, thinking what Conrad would have liked to have said here today to the family and to all of his friends. I knew he was a man of superlative high standards, complete integrity, and boundless enthusiasm for his work. I know because when we thought we were going to practice early, he was up at 5 o'clock or 4 practicing his band. When we thought we were getting off in the evening, he practiced in the evening and was round about 10 or 11 trying to be the best band in the land. I thought and went through some music after having heard you last night, and I came up with the words of a writer who wrote a song for one of our popular singers, Sinatra, and I felt that the words of this song would help me pay a tribute to Conrad. The song, I Did It My Way. I can imagine Conrad would say to us today, the end is here, and I have faced the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear, and I'll state my case for which I'm certain. I have lived a life that's full, which is evidence here today. I've traveled each and every highway, and much more than that, I did it my way. I did what I had to do, and I saw it through without exemption. I played each charted course, each careful step along the byways. But as Paul Anka said, but more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure, he knew that he bit off more than he could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, he ate it up, spit it out, and faced it all, because he stood tall and did it his way. He's loved, laughed and cried, had his fill, and had his share of troubles, and now his tears subside. He found it all so amusing to think he did all that, and he did it his way. Not in a shy way, oh no, not Conrad. He did it all his way. For what is a man? What has he got, if not himself? Then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of others who are near. One who is near, the record shows, since 1952 to 1990, Conrad did it his way. To Conrad III, David, Keith, Ann, Jeanette, the family, and the Gremlin family, this man's sterling qualities and his great innovation in the field of music will live on. We, the Tigers, who admired him, loved him so much, simplify this ceremony in an expression that has never left my mind. It speaks volumes to the family. You never lose what you love if you love what you lose.